Hey everybody, horticulturist Gary Bachman. It's time for another daily dose of hort. Well, we're moving fast in the spring now, and I was looking at my roses this morning, and it's like, man, I've got to get out here and cut these back before it's too late. They're already pushing growth. Now, if you watch the daily doses, last year it was into March before I got around to it. And they all turned out just fine. But I really wanted to be more on the ball this year. Since I'm retired, I got the time, and so that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to go ahead and prune these roses back. Always want to use, you know, the bypass pruners. You know, the bypass loppers for those bigger cuts. And before you get started, you want to make sure that your tools are sharp. And I always sharpen my pruners before I start using the little sharpener from, this happens to be Corona. I'm using Corona tools today. But it's really pretty easy. You take this little tool and it's got a carbide tip on it, and you just run it across the cutting edge of your pruners 3 or 4 times, and then do the back side just once, because there might be little burrs on there, and those are sharp. You want to go ahead and do the same thing with your loppers. Now I know people that never sharpen their loppers, but they sharpen their hand pruners all the time. But it's the same thing. That carbide tool at the angle across that cutting edge, you know, three or 4 times. You know, once across the back to take care of burrs. You want to know something? That baby is sharp. Just a sharp tool makes the work a lot easier. It's easier if you don't watch where your fingers are, but that's a whole nother story. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'll clean out around the base of the pots, and I'm going to mulch with pine straw. I think that'll be good to keep the weeds down. So here we go. Well, that really didn't take too long to do that. And I'm sure that somebody's going to say I probably pruned these wrong. But what I did, I tried to clean out the insides, you know, of growth to kind of open that up. Cuts were with buds pointing to the outside. So, you know, the growth this season goes to the outside and not into the middle. And took out dead wood that was in the rose bush. After getting them cleaned up a little bit, I've got a little bit of finish pruning to do, just little, you know, snips here and there, and I'll do that over the, you know, the course of the next week or so. But that's really all there is to it. And you know, later this year, you know, maybe end of April, maybe beginning of May, we'll come back and we'll take a look at these and see how they're growing. I'm thinking they're going to be growing just fine. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time for another daily dose of hort.